Today's episode is brought to you by MeUndies. MeUndies are the undies that I have on me. Also, today we're brought to you by Privacy Hawk. If you got your stuff online, Privacy Hawk is going to make sure the wrong people don't see it. All right, let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Ghost and Crendor.
Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. Before our recording studio recording. Wake your ass up! It's up next Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning.
What up? It's time.
Were you gonna do like a little rap for me? Like, what up? It's time. And
No, just giving some hype, giving some energy.
you thought that was hype and energy, huh?
For me, it is. Going
Sure.
crazy over here.
Ooh, you sound it.
It's really intense energy over here.
Yep.
My voice has been doing better.
It sounds better. Yeah, that's how recovery works.
Yes, but it's like, so I think I might have this thing with my muscles.
What does
All right.
that mean?
So there's this thing called muscle tension dysphonia. All right.
I don't want to laugh because obviously I don't want to laugh at medical conditions, but with you, it's always something and it's comical at this point.
I mean, that's my whole life. Apparently, it is a pattern of muscle use developing from things like laryngitis, stress, and other conditions. So, like, I have my voice back, but when I talk a lot, all the muscles in my neck and, like, chest get really tight, and then they, like, calm down after.
And I assume this is just a temporary thing?
They say it can happen after laryngitis, and it should be temporary. And it's more of,
interesting.
like, learning how to use your voice properly again. Pretty much, I don't think me always talking from my throat, like we went over, helps. So I think that's part of it. I think I have TMJ. That probably doesn't help. Which, by the way, my TMJ's been flared up.
I feel so bad for you, but it's so, like, my man, you can't always be falling apart. There's got to be, like, a moment where you're doing good. You're breaking my heart, dude.
I do have a lot of moments where I'm doing good. Just not recently. I mean, listen. Again, people are always like, Crendor, what gets you going to the gym? I'm like, dude, if I didn't start going to the gym, I'd probably be dead. All right? This is all about maintaining the health that I have. Just holding on to it.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to you. It sounds like you got, like, a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean, it's mainly just that. I also got the GERD, but I've had that for,
I was about to say, there's so much more you got.
Yeah, I've had the GERD for, like 15 years at this point. That's why I had 2 endoscopies. Honestly, I think I'm one of the top endoscopy havers on Twitch.
You should really advertise that.
So yeah, it's pretty much like, how do you fix these things? It's like, stop eating late at night.
Sure.
Which, sometimes I know when I cause it. I'm like, yeah, I ate too late. Or, like, just not eating really hard foods that, like, mess up your jaw for TMJ stuff. Grinding your teeth.
What is hard foods to you?
Oh, like, an almond is probably pretty hard.
Okay, but I know you like almond, so that's probably not great.
I like walnuts. Those are
my
softer.
Bad. Sorry. wrong nut.
Yeah, wrong nut. Where are the nuts around here? So I think the TMJ is the one that's like, that'll just flare up for a while. You ever get TMJ?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I would know if I did. What are your symptoms?
So TMJ is mainly like, if you move your jaw around, you get clicking.
Yeah. But, like, that's it for you?
No. You also get like muscle soreness in, like, your jaw, like side of your jaw.
Say like a lockjaw kind of vibe.
My jaw isn't really locked. Some people get that. Mine's just like my muscle gets really achy. And then kind of all my neck muscles kind of ache because of that. I'll get like eye sensitivity. I get let's see. Eating stuff can hurt. Like if you start eating really chewy or hard things, like I mentioned, mainly when it's flared up. Like once it calms down, you can go back to doing it. But
the only issues I've had of late have been, and actually I think fixed. Because I assume was staring into bright lights while I streamed, my eyes would get very watery, and I'd get like gunk in them, and it would just be terrible. And then, but days when I wasn't streaming, I'd be totally fine. So this new camera I'm using is very light sensitive, so I've had to turn down almost all the lights in this room in order to stream properly. And I'll be honest, my eyes are doing great right now, so that fixed that problem, which I'm very thankful for. But I don't have any, I'm not, thankfully, not falling apart.
Well, that's good.
Because that's the last thing I need. Fat and falling apart? God help me, that'd be the end. I don't know what I'd do.
I at least fixed my blood pressure.
That's good. That's lovely.
That's a good one, yeah. I was, because I had my blood pressure checked. Normally I go to the doctor and they're always like, it's borderline. It's like 130 over like 85 or 90. And they're just like, yeah, it's getting there. It's not quite there, but like, try to lower your salt and exercise. I'm like, I do exercise. They're like, all right, lower your salt. And so I started eating at home more. Turns out they got me down to like, I took it the other day and it was like 119 over like 70 something. I was like, well, what do you know? Actually works.
If anything, it tells you that most food, the reason why going out to eat tastes so good is because the flavor is probably salt.
Oh yeah, 100%. And so like even I'm still not even like eating super low sodium. Like I'm still eating like some sodium thing, but I know what I'm eating. So it's like on the package and everything. And so
yeah,
that's turns out that's pretty important. So that's at least one thing going my way. My cholesterol's good. So that's positives. It's really just the throat, the old throat and the old TMJ, which honestly, the throat and the TMJ can be kind of tied together. So I've learned.
I mean, yeah, it's all kind of the same area, right?
Yeah. Because, listen, I've also asked Dr. John plenty of questions.
I was about to ask when you reached out to Dr. John, because I feel like at some point he had to weigh in on this, because you wouldn't have just come up with all this by yourself. You would be like, Dr. John, what do I do here? And he would tell you, calm down, stop overreacting.
That's usually the solution.
It is.
Dude, he's got the GERD too. A lot of GERD havers. Yo, raise your hand if you're a GERD haver in the chat. Here's the thing. My GERD's actually been pretty good lately. I haven't really had heartburn or bad things, but I know when I trigger it. So yes, like today I had it when I woke up, because I woke up, I had a sore throat, and I was like, usually when you get a sick sore throat, you can be like, oh, I'm getting sick. This was like I definitely had some acid reflux and my throat's irritated, sore throat in my sleep. And so, because it goes away. And that's how you're like, oh, yeah. And I know I did it because we ate sweet potato quesadillas for dinner. And I ate...
Here's the question, though.
Yeah.
That, I don't get a lot of, acid reflexy stuff. But if I have something with a lot of oil or grease late at night, I definitely will. Mm-hmm. For sure. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like, ugh, right? So I just don't do that anymore. And my question for you is, what is the latest, how late are you eating? Because I know your schedule's insane. You are doing a wake up at 1, go to bed at 5 a.m. kind of lifestyle. So when is too late for you?
Well, after daylight savings, we go to bed at 4 a.m. All right?
Oh, my bad.
So normally we eat dinner around 11:30 midnight. And so yesterday I was editing all day for Pointless Top 10. So I didn't end up eating till 12:31. And I think that was too late to be eating cheese, jalapenos, and sweet potato, which sweet potato is good for you, but it can be very filling. And I notice a lot of times if I overeat sweet potato, it'll it's fibrous, so it expands in your stomach. It almost pushes acid up, especially late at night. I could eat it for lunch, but when you eat that and then a few hours later lay down, I think that's the problem.
Okay.
Then the other thing I noticed, which this should probably surprise nobody, sometimes I will partake in a edible.
Yeah.
But I don't even take that much. I take like 2.5 milligrams or 3. It's like I take like baby doses. But
Sure.
I've noticed that every time I try that, my TMJ and my acid reflux get worse.
Interesting.
And I think it's because they say it relaxes your esophagus thingy. I don't know what the scientific word.
Right, the esophagus thingy.
Yeah, and so that increases the likelihood of acid coming up because it's so relaxed it just allows the acid to pass. While if it's not relaxed, it's like, hey, acid, you stay down there. All right. So
I don't know the science behind that, but okay. I can't question it.
And I did notice because like I had a TMJ flare up like months ago, and I noticed every time I do that, it made it worse. So I was like, well, I don't think that's a coincidence. Because some people it makes it better. It's just like person to person. But I did that last night as well, and so I think that combo really did me in.
Yeah, I'm curious. Last night. Maybe, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're built differently. To say that I had a similar experience but had different results, it's just we're different human beings. I was about to be like, yeah, last night I was going to bed and I got these like, by the way, it's LA. So I went to one of the weed stores that we have here in LA. And usually I'll get like an edible that is designed to make me sleep. I'm not trying to get high during the day. It's just not a thing I want to do. I got stuff to do. But usually I'll get like an edible that helps you sleep. But I went and they had this, package of stuff. And it had like a whole, how there's like THC and all, right? Mm-hmm. It had a whole different thing I've never seen before. It was like THCV. And I was like, what the hell's this? And then it was like, oh, imagine it's like caffeine. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, it's like caffeine, but without caffeine. I was like, well, I don't want that at all. She's like, trust me, you'd like it. I'm like, would I? What about me says that? How do you know this information? I think she's just trying to sell it to me, but I was like, I don't know what this is. You like invented a new thing. And I was like, you added a V to the end of it. Like, I don't. Anyway, I will definitely be like, yo, I'm gonna get like sleepy deepy. I got one. It's like deep sleep stuff makes me. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed, baby. Here's the thing. I definitely sometimes will just get a little too high and be like, yo, I could go for a grilled cheese sandwich right now. It'll be like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I'm just making a grilled cheese, and I'm like, I gotta go to bed, though. But I'm like, but this grilled cheese is gonna taste good. I'll eat that grilled cheese, and I'll go to bed. Which is not healthy and not wise, and I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm totally fine. I'm fat, but, like, I'm totally fine. However, I did see a thing today on Twitter, which, by the way, Twitter is just all promotion for porn now. But I did see a thing on Twitter, and there's this woman obviously trying to get people to go to her OnlyFans, but she was like, what can I say? I'm a chubby chaser. If you're a big boy, you message me. And I was like, I'm glad they're out there. Ladies, thanks. Thanks for having my kind of low standards. Thanks, ladies. So, yeah.
Somebody for everybody.
Yeah, so I'm all, you know what? I'm all right. What I'm saying is, you just have a messed up biology going on.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
We had to arrive at that point. You're just whatever's going on inside you is not right.
Yeah. Also, on the Geek Ender, I heard you mention Hallmark movies.
Oh, dude. I love how bad Hallmark movies are. Sometimes I can't watch them because they're too cringe, but sometimes the new one they release is, I don't know if it's a Hallmark movie, but it's on Netflix. And it's literally about a woman who, for Christmas, makes a snowman, but he's like sexy. And just like Frosty, he comes to life, but he's just a sexy man.
So is he like dripping wet with snow, or is he just a normal guy?
No, he's just like, he becomes a normal hot hunk man. And I don't know what the moral of this Christmas movie is supposed to be, but I would love to know what kind of, miracle this is, because it sounds hilarious.
What would happen if he was ugly? You think she'd just be like, that's pretty cool anyway. Yeah. If like a hot snowman came to life as an ugly dude, he'd probably just be like living his life. You know what I mean? He's like, well,
guess I gotta go to work. Like, but because he's a hot guy, every woman in town's like, oh my God. And so it's a whole different experience for him. But if it's like he just became out a dude, like just a guy, he'd probably be like, well, I guess I gotta get a job now or something.
It's the thing is, like, I feel like he can't even be hot because that goes against being a snowman, right? He would melt. So I feel like there should be something where, like, even if he is this hot guy.
You mean temperature-wise?
Yes. So he comes to life and he's this hot snowman, but he starts melting and he's like, oh no, I'm so hot that I'm melting. And
now, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where this movie leads. Like, he could melt again at the end. I don't know. But I'm very curious because Christmas movie-wise, like, when you think Christmas movies, you think of a family learning a life lesson, or a child learning about giving a gift, or love for the holidays, or, you know, remembering those we've lost, or any kind of, like, especially Hallmark stuff. It's very sappy, and there's always some sort of, like, girl goes back to her hometown, leaves her city boyfriend, and then when she's back in her hometown, she meets a baker, and he cooks only cherry tarts at his bakery, and his bakery's in trouble, but my God, is he chiseled. Also, he wears flannel, and she loves him because they grew up together, and she misses him and realizes she doesn't like the city at all. Like, that kind of thing. That's the story.
Right.
This is woman makes sexy snowman comes to life. I don't know where it goes after that, because sexy snowman does not have a sexy snowman job, or sexy snowman money, or a sexy snowman home. If anything, she created a gorgeous homeless man who is part snowman made of magic. I don't know how that ends for him, but the only solution here is she created a snowman to bang. There is no other options there.
What is this movie called?
Like Hot Snowman or Sexy Snowman. It's on Netflix. It's called Hot Frosty is the name of it.
Okay, Hot Frosty. Because there actually is another movie similar to that called Snowmance. Also from Hallmark.
Is hilarious. I love that.
Hot
But no, this
Frosty.
one's called Hot Frosty.
Oh my God, dude. This has the girl from Mean Girls. That's the Lacey Chabert. Where she's she making fetch a thing. It's that girl.
This is all right. So this is, according to Forbes, this is a quick write-up. Hot Frosty is essentially Elf meets Encino Man. The snowman, listed in the credits as Jack Snowman, arrives on Earth not understanding what food or clothes are, and Kathy must adopt him as sort of a toddler, which is a weird dynamic, but he learns quickly, and in turn, it turns out he has a sort of superpower where he can learn any skill from watching it on TV, making him a master chef and talented handyman in a few hours. This is like peak married woman fiction.
Yeah.
This is like a beautiful man comes from the sky and he knows nothing, so I raise him into the perfect husband. Like, it's crazy. I must watch this movie.
Wait, so you haven't seen the movie? I thought you saw it.
No, I just saw a trailer for it.
Oh my God. All right, for next week, we need to watch this movie.
We need to watch this? Yeah, all right, done, easy, done. Okay, great.
I mean, I got Netflix. I mean, you know, we just stream ourselves watching Netflix. Most people got it, or they can find ways. Yeah, we'll watch Hot Frosty.
It's 85 minutes.
Perfect.
And, yeah, they're like, is it a Christmas classic? No, but it's pretty great. And I'm like, okay.
It's a movie to get us in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, Hot Frosty knows how ridiculous it is, which is why it works, but it plays it straight, and with a cast from Schitt's Creek, The Office, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's very funny. Like, I mean, if it's good, I'm in. Also, stop. I'm looking at the cops. The local sheriff is I'm not even gonna spoil this for you. You know what? We need to watch this. We need to watch this stupid ass movie. I'm very excited.
Yeah, no, we can't spoil. We gotta watch this.
We gotta watch it. Yeah.
Easy.
Watch.
Yeah. Hot Frosty. And it is not what I expected. See, when we watched Medea last year, Medea was like that. It's pretty much a Hallmark movie, but it's a Hallmark movie with Medea. And then they like threw in Larry the Cable Guy just to really spice it up.
Well, yeah, like Medea movies are literally just like, the only way to solve this is through Jesus. And then Medea's like, I'll run over this lady with a car. And you're like, oh, Medea. Yeah.
Jesus took the wheel.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing, really.
Yeah. Did you watch the Jake Paul fight?
I did not, but I saw every single human being tweeting about it, which is why I also was like, you know what? I think I'm done with Twitter for a while. And so I haven't really spent a lot of time on there, but I saw a lot of people messaging back and forth about it and how it was trash. And I was like, yeah, well, that sounds right.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was going to be trash, and it was worse than I imagined. So,
yeah. Everyone was talking about how they couldn't watch it, and the people who were watching it were like, nothing happened. And they were like, it's just people dancing around, and it's boring. And I was like, yeah. But everyone did say the pre-fights were good.
Oh, yeah, the two women fighting, that fight was insane. That was a crazy
everyone was
fight.
like, those are good. The
Like
funniest part was...
off.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
The funniest part was everyone was like, the best part of the thing were these two ring girls. And I'm like, y'all too horny. Like there's just photos of these two girls and they're just posting them online. I'm like, y'all need although truth be told, it may just be Twitter. I'm convinced at this point, like I said before, Twitter has devolved into everything on there on the recommended for you section is all people advertising porn.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, on the actual followers section, people I want to look at, it's shrinking more and less people are talking, and I'm like, cool. Well, this is how this site goes, I guess.
I mean, that shouldn't surprise anybody. That's really what everything devolves back into.
It's actually kind of put me in a weird position because the more people leave, and I see it because I watch my follower count decline and people message me like, I'm leaving, I don't want to be here anymore, I'll see you on Blue Sky or whatever. It's like, okay. But the more people leave, the more I'm like, yo, I'll be real. I'm following people on here that I don't talk to, that I've never really associated. I met them once and we're like, let's follow each other. But I also have people on there that when I first followed them, I liked, and they started saying some really weird shit. And I was like, I'm going to mute them. The amount of people I have muted on Twitter is out of control.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to see your weird, stance on things anymore. I'm out. But it's also well, they're industry people, so I don't want to burn any bridges, so I'll just hit mute. And I'm like,
yeah.
Right? There's a lot of that. And I realize as I get closer to the point where it's like, maybe we should just all abandon Twitter. What a mess that place is. There's also people on there that I genuinely don't know how I'd contact otherwise.
That's true too, yeah.
There are people on there that I really, really like, and I absolutely know they don't use Discord, and I know they're not on other stuff, and I would very much like to be in contact with them, but I'm not their friend. We talk maybe twice a year, but I know for a fact I would lose that contact. And that's kind of heartbreaking. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll stick around. Although, again, I did see that woman who has an OnlyFans who did say she's a chubby chaser, although she does not follow me, in which case, wrong chubby lady, wrong chub. That's the problem.
You said it.
Yep,
wrong
I said it. Wrong chub. You're getting the wrong chub, dude.
Yeah, I made a Blue Sky just because everyone else was.
I think a lot about, I'm not going to put him on blast, but there's a pretty famous person that I know, and he's like, look, I don't do social media, I just post on social media. I'm like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, I go there, I post my stuff, and I do not respond, and I do not look at it. And he's like, yeah, I'm sure that's, not the coolest way to do social media, but it's definitely a way to keep connected with people and also not get caught up in the bullshit of social media. And I was like, maybe that's the path forward for me. Because if I got something to say or I want to interact with people, I can do it on this show or on my stream or on anything else I do. Why do I need to go text it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it provides more content for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, but although, oh my God, speaking of content, dude, this is the worst kind of content, but it's basically been my entire week, and I've had nothing else to talk about but this. And honestly, I'm fine talking about it because it pisses me off.
All right.
I was talking with my accountant because at the end of the year, we always do our all right, let's talk about taxes. And I try to get that done immediately. I'm not a wait until April tax guy. I'm like, let's get it out of the way so I can get that refund, baby. And so I'm getting together, doing the tax stuff and going through stuff. And I noticed that a weird check. So all the checks I have at the moment are in the 1800s, right? But a check showed up that was numbered 17 something. And I was like, that's weird. Why the hell? I would have written that check years ago. What? So I went and I looked online, and I saw the check, and thank God they photocopy stuff and put it on the website. But it was a check, and again, there's going to be someone who's like, you still write checks, dude? Sometimes I have to. Welcome to running a business. Anyway, wrote this check, and it apparently was cashed this past August, but originally written in 2022. And I was like, what? And I looked at the name. It was a check written to an employee, but someone had clearly stolen it or hijacked the mail or something, and then literally wrote next to the name of the employee and then their name.
Oh.
It's totally different handwriting. I've never seen this before. And on the back, it said to be cashed to the original person's name and then the new person's name in like it wasn't deposit, it was like for cash. So someone took this somewhere with a check written to someone and then different handwriting and their name, cashed it, and no red flags were brought up by the bank at all.
That's insane.
No one questioned it. I was like, what? So I called up the bank, and this was on this past Wednesday. I called up the bank like, hey, what is up with this? And they're like, oh, this is clearly check fraud, dude. I was like, yeah, it is. They're like, okay, well, good news is if you submit us this little form thing, we can get you the money back. You'll be good. And I was like, awesome. Thank you. Like, however, we must close your account now for suspicion that if someone has the account information, they could use that to forge checks or do whatever. And I was like, it's just one check from 2 years ago. It's not, guys, it's not going to be just refund that check. They're like, no. We have to destroy your account and create a new one. And I was like, okay, how long will that take? And they're like, 5 to 7 business days. I'm like, I run a business. It is almost Friday, the 15th, which is they get paid. Everyone in the business gets paid on the 15th. I need to pay them. And they're like, well, your account's already been closed. I'm like, what? Like, we just did it. So sorry. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, so we'll open a new account. We'll rush it, though. And the good news is you can just write checks to your employees. I'm like, hold on. It's all through ADP. I have a whole setup thing where everyone's getting money sent to them directly, direct deposit, all this stuff. Like, I can't do that. Like, oh, no. You write the checks with your account. I'm like, guys, you just closed the account I would write the checks with. I can't write any checks because the checks relate to that account. And they're like, oh, well, could you do a direct deposit through a wire transfer via the website? I'm like, guys, you destroyed my account. I have no access to any of the information you're telling me right now. You literally went ahead, nuked the account, transferred all the money to a new account, and now you're telling me that you want me to use the old account to make up for the fact that you did this because my account got hacked, which it didn't. And they're like, well, the good news is we should have your new account ready for tomorrow because we're going to expedite it. The bad news is your card and any checks you would need would come in a week and a half. I'm like, okay, well, can I access the website with this information? They're like, no. You need the card in order to access the website. I'm like, so I can't do anything right now. So I call up ADP, which is like the check services that I use. Also, basically to keep in compliant with California, because if you run a small business, there's like 8 billion things you have to do. And so I call up ADP and I'm like, hey, here's the problem. And ADP was like, all right, so this is what's going to happen. Either A, you wait and everything clears because we already started doing the paperwork on this and we already withdrew the money. And so you're fine. Or B, we did not already withdraw the money. And in a few days, we will find out and everything will get bounced and you'll know. And I'm like, oh, cool. And then they're like, see, ADP, because we want to make sure employees get paid, we'll front the money to the employees and then we'll just charge you a fee and then ask you to direct deposit to us. So my three, and the woman on the phone was like, either way, you're just going to wait. You just have to wait. I'm like, all right, so I can't do anything to resolve this. I just have to wait. And my 3 options are 1, no one gets paid. 2, they do get paid, but everything, like, it's the good one. Everyone gets paid. However, I have to figure out a way to switch my account, even though I can't right now. And 2, everyone gets paid, but I have to pay a giant fine based on the amount of money paid off to people. And I'm like, cool. So I've just been sitting, waiting to find out what the answer is. Like, I'm just totally screwed. And it's been such a hassle.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. You got like TMJ of the bank.
Yeah, dude. I honestly, don't understand how it got so convoluted and messed up. I literally had the thought that I shouldn't have called about the check till after payday. I was like, I should have just waited. I didn't know it was going to lead to all this. I didn't. So, yeah, absolutely complete mess. I can't believe. I mean, everyone at the bank was really nice. They worked really hard to get my stuff resolved. But, like, the problem was so stupid that even the woman that was talking about at the bank was like, actually, let me contact my manager. Maybe we can just, like, keep the account open. And the manager was like, no, it's been compromised. Like, the account's fine. One check got stolen in the mail. And they're like, it's been I'm like, okay. And I understand what they're saying. I get it. It's the idea of they have the routing number and the account because it's on the check. But, like, so does everyone else I've written a check to.
Yeah.
So whatever. It's absolutely stupid, but I have no options. I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah, having to deal with bank stuff, especially when it's like fraud activity, is always the worst.
Yeah. And what sucks is that because so ADP, for those who are curious, ADP is a fine service. However, every time you talk to them, they try to upsell you on stuff every single time. And so in order to get them to, like, help me out here, ADP was like, well, we do have a service that we're offering that will, minimize some of the I'm like, fine. Okay. And so as part of that service, they have, like, strict rules for employees they have to follow based on California state guidelines. So I literally had to tell all my employees, look, in order to get your money, this is what we have to do now. I was like, guys. So yeah, I had to be like a boss and be like, y'all need to be here at this time, do this. If you're salaried, you got to do this. And I was like, we can't play around anymore. I can't be loosey-goosey. There are sick days now. Like, that's the way it is. Before, it was kind of like when you're sick, take the day off, do whatever. Don't get me sick. Now It's like there's limited, like, there's things the state requires. And I'm like, well, this is us now, guys. So, what a complete mess.
That is a complete mess. I wanted to bring up a thing that kind of ties into it, but also not really.
Okay, I can't wait to see how this does or does not.
So I see a lot of YouTubers and streamers where they will, like, do this for years, and then they'll be like, guys, I'm gonna quit. I'm quitting. I'm going to be normal. I'm gonna get a normal job, and this just isn't for me. And then, like, a year later, they're like, hey, I'm back. And I've seen this, like, numerous times. And I think it just goes to show that the people that are like, YouTube and stream, whatever, this is the hardest job around. Like, no, it's not. This is a fantastic job. And especially compared to a lot of normal jobs, where I'm sure there's some normal jobs that are better, but, like, not many. And I think they realize that after spending some time away.
I think when you see streamers who have huge audiences and they say stuff like, this is a tough job, I feel like they're dealing with the compounding nature of having to do so much dealing with a large audience. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, having a massive, like, every stream is 40,000 people watching. Yeah. I can understand that be overwhelming. However, I do not think that's hard. I think that is a difficulty that you have to deal with for being so popular. Like, congratulations. Yeah. But that doesn't mean it's hard. I don't know who said it, but I saw a reaction by, I'm not up on streamers, Queso, whatever that guy's name is. And he was, like, laughing about it. He's like, oh, this job's easy. I'll be real. It is not an easy job. I think it's right down the middle. I think this is a job, and if you do it well, it's a real-ass job. The difference is that if you were to compare this, the amount of work we put in, which is, we do podcast streams, we try to entertain, we try to create something funny or informational for people, we try to, like, make a good community, like those kinds of things. That requires talent and effort and whatever. But if you were to compare me and what I do to a dude digging ditches or collecting trash, or, like, a teacher or an architect or literally any other job, I'd be like, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Like, it does not compare. Anyone doing this should be so grateful this is what we get to do. And I think you and I very much are.
100%. I have only gotten more grateful as the years have gone on.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. And I think anyone who's like, this is tough, man, this is really hard. Like, maybe for you in the moment, but comparatively, no way. No way.
Yeah, no, it's like it's like you said, where it has its own struggles and its own downsides and whatever, but like the positives far outweigh the negatives.
Yeah, like, let me be clear. The reason why I'm pissed about my bank isn't because, like, oh, my bank sucks and I hate all this. The reason I'm pissed is because I have payroll. I am responsible for the people that work for me getting paid so they can live, right? And if they don't get paid, I will feel terrible. And so that's why I'm mad. If I didn't have employees, if I was just Jesse the streamer, and they were like, sorry, you can't use your bank account for a week, I'd be like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't... that's not a big problem. I'm just mad because it is a problem for people that I'm responsible for, and it upsets me that the bank's being so obtuse and they won't help me deal with the problem that would benefit people that are not me, right? And that's the difference there. Is I'm trying to get people who actually are working hard paid, and the Jesse part, the Jesse quotient in this equation is pointless. It does not matter. I will be fine. Right. And that's because, again, we are extremely fortunate. This is what we do. I don't have to drive crazy places. I don't have to, do a bunch of things for a living. I literally show up at an office, turn on a computer, and talk.
Yeah. And I mean, you have to deal with shitty comments, but like, I'd much rather deal with shitty comments than real people in the stores. Like, you kidding me?
Yeah, I worked in food service. I worked at McDonald's in high school. I worked at a taco restaurant in college. It wasn't until I was a teacher that I mean, even then I had to deal with students, but it wasn't until a teacher that it wasn't like people come up to me and just constantly complain.
Yeah.
Like, most of my young adult life was working at retail things and being like, I worked at Ralph's grocery store, stocking shelves. And if you were there overnight stocking shelves, and in the morning when people would come in, it would always be old people in the morning. And if you were still stocking shelves, they'd complain that you were in the way. Like, it's just, having had those jobs, having had real jobs, like, there are many people that I promise you who are like, it's tough. I would love to know what they did before they streamed.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they did much.
No, I guarantee they didn't do much. I mean, listen, I didn't even do that much before I streamed. I did my month and a half of retail work, and that was enough for me to be like, this is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to experience it and know immediately that it sucked. Like, I feel there are many streamers who, especially in the COVID, 2020 hit, a lot of people were either high schoolers or still in college, and they did it because they had nothing else to do. And now they're making a bunch of money, and they're like, guys, this is tough. I'm like, no, you're just kind of burnt out, my dude. Like, it's tough because you're doing it wrong, I think. You're not enjoying yourself.
Yeah. And it's, and I think a lot of people just look at that top percentage of streamers too, like, they're all millionaires or whatever. It's like, only the ones that are sitting atop all the websites, like, not the people doing it normally, like, they're actually just but the ones on top always get to shine the brightest because they're kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
but I like to believe they've earned it in some way. I know that's not true. I've watched this tale of, look, I don't know anyone's names. I've just seen things on Reddit as I scroll through. Like, there's a dude on Twitch who keeps inviting like random beautiful girls to stream with him, and then all those girls like use him, and then but he's fine with it because it gets him views, but then those girls get more views than him now, and everyone's like talking about it, and they're like, oh yeah, he brought this one girl from I think the Philippines out, and they like started doing stuff together, and I was wondering if they're dating, but like, and all the comments like, it must be like, this life must be so crazy. I'm like, it's only crazy because they did that. They made the choice. This wasn't like a thing that just happened.
It's I think a lot of people loved streaming and YouTube and stuff because it used to be like not reality television, right?
Sure.
And it was like a look into real people, like vlogs. Like back when we started in like 2010, 2009, people were doing vlogs. It was like, yo, this is cool. It's like real people just vlogging their lives, doing whatever. And it's slowly become scripted reality television. It's just become like, it's TV, but with a facade of real people.
Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Once you get past the original sort of newness of seeing people talk about their life. Then, and this happened a long time ago, we got, what's her face? Lonely Girl, right? Which was, I'm going to do vlogs, but it's secretly a thing where, like, I'm going to do a big, like, a cult is after me or whatever. Like, you know, and that was fake. And it's no different than any other. Like, when you go on TikTok, and people on TikTok are making fun videos, and then you suddenly start seeing people fake it. Same thing with those guy on the street things. There were guy on the street videos, and now it's all, like, I don't believe a damn one of them now.
Yeah. No,
and it's just people, they realize that they can make a quick buck or make money scamming people by being like, oh yeah, people love watching drama, so let's just fake drama.
I also noticed that a lot of the TikTok shops, I don't like TikTok shop. I think it's dumb. I think it's just an easy way for people to, it's essentially QVC for the younger generation.
Dude, I saw one. I wanted to bring this up. I'm so glad I would have forgotten. I saw one. And it made me furious. So it was a TikTok, but it was posted on Reddit. And I did not know it was an ad, but it clearly, in like small print, it was an ad on the Reddit post. But the video itself was a guy going around, and he was like, $100 or whatever's in this box. And the first girl's like, I'll just take the $100, right? And then he goes with the guy, $100, whatever. The guy's like, obviously, I'm picking the box. And I don't know what was in my head where I was just like, well, I got to see what's in the box. And he opened the box, and in it was a phone. And the guy pulls it up. He's like, in this phone, every app you'll need in order to make money online. And then it literally just goes to an ad. It becomes an ad about the apps on this guy's phone.
What the
And I've never been so mad. I was like, hold on. They set up a normal TikTok-y thing of like money or the box. And then they opened the box, and inside the box was an ad. And I was like, I hate this. I hate everything. Should I even be on the internet anymore? I don't think I'm having fun.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok shop, and it was like, I never trust any of them, so I'm like, whatever. But I know people do, because, you know, most people are like, wow, this could be a thing. Like, literally, my mom is that. And so she's, the girl in this TikTok shop is like, guys, you're not going to believe this, but there's a guy in my office, and he's just like really dumb, stupid, stinky guy, and he's really stinky. But then the other day, he like came up to me and he smelled amazing, and I was like, wow, he smells amazing. Maybe I should give him a chance. And then like I went back to his place, and like we got together and we started making out, and it was like, oh my God. And then he walked away, and I said, I gotta find out what this smell is. And it turns out it's super perfume with these like pheromones in it. And then I was like, this did not happen.
Absolutely did not happen. The funniest part is I can tell you right now, in college, oh my God, one of the guys on my floor. So my floor was, I think I've explained this before, at the beginning of the year, it was 1/2 guys, 1/2 girls, but for some reason our floor was like cursed. And by the midpoint of the year, every girl on our floor except 2 had dropped out. Like they were just gone. The floor was empty. And so it was a bunch of guys and then 2 girls at the end of the hall. They each had their own rooms, and they did not talk to us. We were like a cursed hallway. But like across, you know, my hall, it was me and my roommate at the time. Across the hall was like 4 guys in a ska band. Next to them were a bunch of track and field dudes. And then next to them was this guy who definitely pretended he wasn't a Versace because he kept saying his name was Versace, but he was a Versace kid.
Right.
And so we all would like hang out and do stupid stuff. And every once in a while, we'd have like a big dorm hallway party. And one time when we were there, this guy was like, yo, I'm bringing this girl to the party. I bought this perfume online. It's pheromone cologne. And we're like, okay. He's like, dude, she's going to be so turned on by this. I'm getting some tonight. And we were like, how does that work? The pheromone cologne's going to just make her want you? And he's like, yeah, dude, I saw it online. It's going to be awesome. The minute he opened it and sprayed it on himself, it smelled like such stank ass. I was like, whoa. Everyone there was like, what is that? And the best part was, the entire time the girl he was trying to get with, like, you could see she was trying not to breathe in too deeply. And we were like, dude, I think you got scammed. And he's like, no, I think maybe I didn't shake it up enough. And we were like, okay, dude. I don't trust any of that stuff. That is a pure scam.
So I Googled it. And it says, does pheromone cologne actually work? And the answer may surprise you. No.
Right. Yeah. No, it definitely doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. There is no scientific data to show that it works. And studies have found little to no effect on human attraction. And pheromones are sensed to come from bodily fluids like sweat, urine, breast milk. They are a form of biological nonverbal communication that can help attract a mate in humans. However, more research is needed to determine how they work in humans. So people don't even know how they fully work, let alone making like colognes and perfumes out of them. Which, like, where are they getting these from?
Yeah, I will say that if there's one thing I've learned, and I feel like ladies in the audience, feel free to respond to this in various forms, but I definitely know every woman I've dated and many women that I know, like, love a sweaty dude, and I feel like that might be part of it. I don't know if it's the idea of, like, working out and, like, looking at me so man. I don't know the vibe. I'm clearly not a woman. I don't know what's going on in your head. But I do know something about a sweaty dude gets ladies going, and that might be part of it. I don't know, but spraying cologne on you that's not going to do that. It just isn't. And I thought it was so, but we were all like 18 at the time, so we just were like, dude, ladies are gonna love, it's that kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's like, I don't even know, where are they getting the pheromones from? Like, they just like craft them in a lab for these things?
Again,
like,
not a clue.
Did they hire like attractive people to sweat into a jar?
But wouldn't it have to be your own chemical makeup? I guess it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I've also heard that where like certain smells smell different on different people because of like chemical makeups.
Yeah, like again, your skin, your oils, all that. It's different. It's a different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that would make sense that it's going to be like different for everybody. So I mean, listen, I assume they didn't work anyway, but this really just confirms everything.
Yep, that sounds absolutely correct. And it's very funny that you looked that up, because I was about to say, like, I'm almost pretty sure it does not work and it's a foolish thing to do, but confirmed.
I would even go as far to say the people that spray this on themselves probably get a confidence boost and then have a placebo effect of being like, yeah, I'm attractive now, and that makes them more attractive.
With that. Yeah, that does sound incredibly accurate. And that's a lot of the time when it comes to just having confidence, it's noticeable. And I know it's like cliche, but everyone I know who just has a little flicker of confidence is doing so much better. And I'll be honest, they're all faking it. Like, everyone I know who acts confident in life is just completely faking it. They're obviously a mess. Everyone, even me, everyone you're all pretending, because it's like, it's tough out there, man. People got problems. But at least you can, be confident in life.
You think the snowman and Hot Frosty used pheromone cologne?
She mixed that in with the snow, yes. That's why he became magic. We're going to find that out, I believe.
Yeah, that's got to be in there. There's no way it's
not.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be. So, yeah, TikTok Shop is dumb. But you know what's not dumb?
Oh, my goodness me undies. Lounge season is officially upon us, and MeUndies, your favorite company that makes the most comfortable underwear in the world, also makes the coziest loungewear that's perfect for the holiday season. From lounge pants to hoodies, sweats, and onesies, we've talked about it before, MeUndies has got it all. Plus, never too early to start thinking gift ideas. What could be a better gift than the gift of comfort from MeUndies? I have at home a pair of plaid, I guess. Plaid, is that what? Or tartan. I'm not sure what the color would be. These amazing pants that I've had for 2-3 years now from MeUndies. I wear them frequently when it is cold at night, and they are awesome. The best part is MeUndies has a cut for every butt. 10 styles to choose from, over 100 different color patterns and prints ranging from black to all over dinosaurs. MeUndies isn't just about the underwear, right? We got the joggers, the hoodies, the onesies, so much more. It doesn't matter if your size extra small to 4XL, they got something for you. The signature micro modal fabric is super soft, breathable, stretchy. It's a magic that I do not know from whence it comes. What I do know is that if you want to kick off lounge season right with MeUndies, you can get 20% off your first order plus free shipping. Go to MeUndies.com/Crendor.
That's me.
And use promo code Crendor.
That's me. By the way, I'm wearing T-Rex's.
You are wearing the dinosaurs.
I am.
Right now, I'm wearing mushrooms. It's their teal pants. They're teal underwear, but then they have like little, one-up mushrooms all over them. It's pretty great. That's MeUndies.com/Crendor, code Crendor for 20% off. Plus free shipping. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in. Also, today we're brought to you by Privacy Hawk. If you are, I don't know, let's use myself as an example, a person who is a public figure online, the internet can be a scary place sometimes. Private information's out there. Things you don't really want people snooping in on can be available for people. Plus, every so often, your stuff's going to end up on the dark web. It just is. And, when I'm active online, if I'm buying things or signing up for stuff and my personal information is out there, it will get sold to brokers from time to time. That's just a thing that happens. Privacy Hawk is made to clean up all that. When you sign up with your email, it will literally just go in there and be like, do you want to use this email to search the internet for your stuff? And it's like, yeah, let's do it. And it will just list things that you don't even know why your name is there. And then be like, yo, you want to remove this? And it will just do it. I have been so pleased. It has been great for me to just not give my information to random people so they can message me about stuff. I will say, since I did this, remember how I used to get calls that would be like, hey, are you selling a house? And it was very clearly from someone who had my phone number before I had my phone number from 2 decades ago. And I guess people are trying to find whoever owned this house. I guess the person died and now they want to buy the house. And so they kept messaging me. That has stopped since I used Privacy Hawk to get rid of my phone numbers being out there on random sites where people are trying to buy homes or whatever. So huge relief there. It also allows me to unsubscribe from marketing lists and send do not sell things or delete requests to companies that have my data. It lets me monitor Social Security and sensitive information that could be out on the web. It also includes a $1 million identity theft recovery insurance, giving me peace of mind and helping me stay in control of my privacy and data, which honestly, these days, very important. So stay in control of your identity with identity theft protection, dark web alerts, breach monitoring, and recovery support. Download the app, get a free privacy scan, and use code COX20, OFF, that's COX20 off, for a special price on Privacy Hawk Platinum subscription. So again, you can go to go.privacyhawk.com/COX-N-Crendor to download the app if you'd like to, and then use code COX20 off for a special price on Privacy Hawk Platinum subscription. All right, let's go to Chop Justin, the guy with the Crendor. How's that traffic out there?
Oh boy, right now traffic is pretty insane. There's a big backup because some guy is trying to buy something he found on TikTok Shop in the middle of the road. It instructed him to go into the middle of the road and start honking his horn, and somebody will bring his prize to the middle of the intersection. But it has not happened yet, causing a massive backup. We'll see if he gets that prize in the future. Back to you.
All right, let's go to weather.
Weather time. Where am I? There I am.
In life or just on the weather?
Both.
Where am I?
So I figured for these next couple of weeks, we may as well cover the states that we're missing to complete our 50 states.
As you have said,
right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so we got Delaware. So we're down to North Dakota, Vermont, and Tennessee. And we did get a request for Cleveland, Tennessee.
Cleveland? I've never heard of Cleveland, Tennessee.
I haven't either, but here we go. Tennessee is going to get covered on this show. Cleveland, Tennessee. There it is.
Yeah.
Currently 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 53. Humidity 94%. Pressure 30.08 inches. 10 miles of visibility. 7:16 a.m. sunrise, 5:31 p.m. sunset, winds at 3 miles an hour, dew point 52, UV index 0, moon phase waning gibbous 10-day 43 tonight, 73 Monday, partly cloudy, Tuesday 66 showers, Wednesday 67 partly cloudy, Thursday 54 sunny, Friday, 50, partly cloudy. Saturday, 54, mostly sunny. And Sunday, 57, partly cloudy.
I am looking at Cleveland, and it looks like just another American town, right? Got a university, got a whole thing. But I am obsessed with their small town restaurants, not chains. I'm not looking at you, Crackle Barrel, or all these other places, Sonic Drive. I don't give a shit about you. But I'm looking at Stadium Burgers, barbecue and wings. They have fried pies, which is the most southern thing ever. Love that.
Oh my God.
Jenkins Restaurant and Deli. Absolutely love this. Big fan of any place named Jenkins, which is hilarious to me. When you walk in, there's a car just there. That's great. The City Cafe and Diner. That place looks amazing. They have a pie counter and a cake counter. Love that. Farmhouse Cleveland. Looks like a little tiny ass in the middle of nowhere diner. Absolutely feeling it. They have a place called Quick Burger minus the C. Quick without a C. Love this. The burgers look great. They kind of look like In-N-Out burgers a little bit.
Oh, yeah. There's a place called Spoonies.
Dude, this is great. It kind of makes me want to visit just for going to there's a place here called Cookout. Doesn't look like it has great ratings, but I like a little tiny place just called Cookout.
Cookout. I know there's an actual chain of places called Cookout.
Yeah, I'm looking at Pokey's. Pokey's Music Hall and food review. Dude, the food looks like a Southern soul food style, but it's straight up just a music hall. There's bands playing.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
It's a vibe. Although, admittedly, I don't know what's going on in Cleveland, Tennessee, but Tennessee as a whole is kind of popping off as of late. I know a lot of people who moved to Nashville, and Nashville's got a vibe.
I've heard there's a lot of people moving to Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville has a solid music scene if you're very into music. Not just country, it's really blown up as a music scene. There's all sorts of music there, and so, yeah, very interested.
There's the Little Diner on First. There's a Little Diner, and it is on First.
Yeah, it's you know what's great about it is it's not pretentious.
Yeah.
Everything I'm seeing is just honest, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a place named Cameron's right next to a place named Spoonies, like you were saying. That's great. I'm here for it. And then mixed in between are about 8 billion taco places.
There are a lot of taco places. I see that.
I get it.
Yeah, there is.
Loopy's Pizza Pies.
Loopy's
or Loop Pies. Yeah. Rico, just a place called Rico. That's Puerto Rican food. Yeah. Champy's world famous fried chicken.
Oh my God.
Champy's has an incredible storefront.
That looks like 40K orcs made the front of that building.
Yes, this looks great. Champy's looks awesome. I'd go there. I'd eat there in a it looks like the whole place looks like orcs put it together.
It really does. I'd go to Champ. They got a massive gumball machine.
Yeah, none of it makes sense. The building is hodgepodge stuff put together. Absolutely great. Yeah.
Yeah, this is an awesome place.
Never heard of Cleveland, Tennessee. Cleveland, Tennessee. I would visit you. This is great.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Good job, Cleveland, Tennessee. You're doing better than Cleveland, Ohio. Great stuff. That's the weather.
All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. So we had football today. Football. Packers beat the Bears, blocked the last second field goal. I was going insane. Can't believe it happened. Lions beat the Jaguars 52-6. It was a game. Vikings beat the Titans. Dolphins beat the Raiders. Rams beat the Patriots. Saints beat the Browns. Colts beat the Jets. Steelers beat the Ravens.
Hey.
Steelers in first place now. Broncos beat the Falcons. Seahawks beat the 49ers. And the Bills beat the undefeated Chiefs, handing them their first loss. And the Eagles beat the Commanders on Thursday. Over in hockey, we've got the Florida Panthers up top with the Maple Leafs. We got the Hurricanes and the Devils up top. We got the Winnipeg Jets still at the best team in the NHL, 30 points already. Minnesota Wild behind them. And the Vegas Golden Knights with the Los Angeles Kings right behind them. over in basketball, we've got the Cleveland Cavaliers at 14-0. Speaking of Cleveland, that's the one, that's their one good thing they got going is their basketball team.
The Cavs, yep.
Yep. Boston 11-3 right behind them. Then you got the Thunder top the West at 11-2, and the Warriors at 10-2 right behind them. And then a bunch of other teams close behind. And that is sports.
All right. What is our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. Day. We're going to stick with the Cleveland theme.
Okay. Weird. We went for Tennessee, but we're in Cleveland.
Yep. Data from the 1920 U.S. Census indicates that Cleveland was once the country's 5th largest city.
That sounds right. It was part of the whole steel belt thing. And it's right on the water. And, if you're doing Great Lakes travel while shipping, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. One of the most populated cities in the country, behind only Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, and New York City. Today, it is 54th.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to do. There's no jobs once all that kind of died off and we shipped all the jobs overseas. So that checks out.
Wow, Columbus, Ohio is 14th. That's the place to be in Ohio, apparently.
I mean, that's where I taught. So, yeah. Plus, it's like right in the middle. Columbus is a weird vibe. Columbus, if you leave Columbus as a city and start driving in any direction, farmland. You go north, the next big city is Cleveland. You go south, the next big city is Dayton, but then towards Cincinnati. Like, if you go any direction, it's farmland. And it's an hour to the closest next big city.
Huh.
It feels, I've always said Ohio feels like the UK. Like you're in London, this massive, beautiful metropolis, and then the minute you're outside, you're in like the farmland, and it's a weird vibe. And then you hit another town suddenly, and you're like, oh, it's a city again.
It's kind of like that with Chicago, too, but on a bigger scale, where it's like you're in the city and then you're in corn land.
Yeah, I mean, that's most of that area of the country, right? All the cities around the Great Lakes, you have like a bunch of big Great Lakes cities, and then the states they're in are kind of all farmland.
Yeah. There's only 9 cities over 1 million people. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, it's those are the major metropolitan centers, right? That's kind of I would imagine it'd be very similar if you went to Japan, right? Tokyo's huge, and then you have the rest of the country that's like, we are losing people.
We got New York at 8.2 million, which is insane.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
LA 3.8 million. Chicago 2.6 million. Houston 2.3 million. Can you name the other 5? These are all in the 1 millions. In
the millions? All right, give me the cities you given me before.
New York, LA, Chicago, Houston.
All right, so we have New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston. I would not have thought of Houston, but I never really think of Houston. Sorry, Houston. You said Columbus was 14th?
Yes, at 900,000.
I would have thought Dallas before Houston. Is Dallas in there?
Dallas is number 9, 1.3 million.
Dallas is 9? Oh, my God. Yep. So that means Austin isn't in the top 10.
Correct. Austin's 11.
It was close. Okay.
You're close, yep.
San Francisco?
Nope, that's 17th.
Really? Oh, then San Diego.
Yes, San Diego's number 8.
I know there are at least 2 cities in California that are on the list. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Trying to think of major cities. New York. I don't know that any place in New Jersey. I'm trying to think. In the New York metropolitan area, would it count Philly? Is Philly on there?
Philadelphia is number 6.
All right. Okay. I like that. That's good.
So I'll tell you the next 3 on this list are all West Coast or near West Coast.
The next 3?
Yep.
Which?
They're in the western half of the United States.
What the hell? I got Dallas. I got San Diego. So it is, so it's New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston. Then Philly is 6th. So what the hell's 5th?
Yep.
And Austin was 11. Dallas was 9, you said?
Yep.
And San Diego was what?
8.
So I'm missing 5, 7, and 10. I don't know what these would be. I'll be honest with you. I have no clue.
So 5 is Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yep. Phoenix, Arizona, 1.6
Never
million.
would have thought. Not once would I have assumed that's the case.
And number 7 is San Antonio, 1.4 million. Almost 1.5.
Interesting. Having been to San Antonio as much as we have, I'd never thought it was that big of a city.
Yeah, it seems a lot smaller.
Yeah,
honestly.
okay, interesting.
And then those are all the million. Number 10 is Jacksonville at 980,000. They're not over a million.
Yeah. Never in a million years would I ever say Jacksonville was in the top 10 cities in the United States for size. It just wouldn't happen. I never would have assumed that.
Yeah, you'd think like Miami or something.
Yeah, for sure you would think Miami.
Miami's 42nd. The heck?
Maybe it's just because it's a smaller area.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I would have thought Atlanta would have been higher.
Yeah, I would have thought that too. I don't even.
Or like Boston, maybe?
Yeah, Atlanta's 37th.
That's crazy.
Yeah, what the heck? And then Boston's 25th.
That is very weird. I don't know. It sounds like it's not true, but I have to believe it.
These are according to the 2023 census estimates. So
insane. That's
it's,
crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Do you have a least populous city? What's the least populous city?
Yes, we have. Well, according to this list,
this isn't a town, right? So I'm not saying like towns or villages or like cities, things that qualify as a city. What is the least populous city?
out of all the cities of this list, which is 336 cities, Davenport, Iowa is in last at 100,000.
I mean, that's still 100,000. Still a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's not
Still a lot.
huge. Like it's not a place that I'd probably go crazy with nothing to do there. But all right.
Yeah.
That
that
seems
a decent
interesting.
amount.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the fact of the day.
Okay. Has anyone come to us with tears in their eyes, sir?
Have they? Man. Wait, this person said dead illustrious sirs.
Dead illustrious sirs. That sounds like us. We can do that.
I'll allow it.
To our dead illustrious sirs.
I come to you with tears in my eyes, on my knees and hands, clasped together. If you could redo your life over with all the knowledge you have now, what would you do? Keep things the same or use what you know to get ahead?
This is dangerous because I would want to say I would use the things I know to get ahead, but the question is, are we starting over in the past or are we starting over now just being young? Because if we start over now being young, I still don't know anything more than I, would have known. I just have the maturity of someone who has aged. Which,
Right.
admittedly, if I was a kid and I acted this way and was like a mature child, people would be like, what a weirdo. Like, kids at school would beat the crap out of me if I was like, guys, what if instead of making fun of him, we all find a mutual ground of understanding and we go about our separate ways and try to just get through school? I would get beat up.
This kid's a weenie. Get him.
Yeah, I would get the crap kicked out of me. So, but if I went back in time and I was a kid in the 80s and got to re-experience life knowing everything I know, I would cheat through life. I would be like, I'm investing in this. I'm investing in this. I will do this differently. I will change this. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? But what that would mean is that it would then change the course of my life, right? Like, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be doing something else today.
Yeah, that's the big thing is.
And I like this. I like what I do here. So I feel like that would, that might actually not work to my benefit.
Yeah. No, I agree. I would do pretty much the same, except I would probably start exercising and eating better.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Oh, no, I would live the healthiest life. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, 100. I would definitely do that. Just healthier and, maybe a couple money things where I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should do these ideas or keep doing this. It's like, that'd pretty much be it, I think. Because everything else, I'm like, I like doing what I do. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think, it's like a double-sided trap a little bit. Where, I very much want to, if I could have the chance to redo stuff, I would. But everything I've done, both wrong and right, has made me who I am. And I feel like that should be something that you take into account when thinking about life and just be like, you know what? Maybe there's a reason that all the crap, both good and bad, I've done has, it's shaped me into the person that I am, and I like the person I am. So, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. There we go. Good answers. Good answers.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah,
good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Show me change your life.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. All right, next one. Our second one. Dear illustrious sirs, with tears in my eyes, I ask you this question. This is from Robble Rouser, who has the Hamburglar as his thing.
Love that.
What would be some of the things you would do to reboot the McDonald Land franchise? Money and resources are not an issue. I wanted to emphasize it was him because he asked the McDonald's question.
Let me ask you a question. Do we go all in on a theme park?
No doubt about it.
I feel like we should. I feel like we should go all in on a theme park. A McDonald's Land theme park, not just like trashy stuff at a McDonald's where kids get, I don't know, like diseases from going on a slide. I'm talking a real McDonald's Land with real Ronald McDonald. We'll stick it in Florida with all the other amusement parks. And it's all just McDonald's themed. Now, I don't know what the rides would be or why I would go there, but I feel like we could get people in the door.
Yes, I think so too. You would need to create a cast of lovable characters or like add to the current cast. I think that the current cast needs they need a little juice. Gotta roid them up.
Yeah, we gotta roid them up. The cast, not roided enough, honestly.
Yeah. Like, who's the McDonald's cast right now?
Literally no one, because I don't think they have a cast.
No, they do.
I mean, like, of course they do, but they don't advertise with them anymore. So I don't know if they're canonical. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
They don't really advertise with them. You never see advertisements with them. But of course, I'm a child of the 80s, so I know it's Ronald, Birdie, Grimace, the Hamburglar, Mayor McCheese, the Nugget guys, which remember the Nugget guys? They had the Fry Kids, the little like weird squiggly Fry Kid guys.
Yeah.
I know all of them. They just don't use them anymore.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to bring them back.
Oh, absolutely. Can you imagine the Chicken Nuggets Kids Land? It's all the little chicken nuggets, but then all the kids go there? Come on now.
Yeah, and you need a ride where you help the Hamburglar steal hamburgers.
Yes.
Then you'd have Grimace's ride where you get really high with Grimace.
Yeah, Grimace's ride is just he shakes you. It's like a violently shaking ride. Yeah. And then at the end you get one of those like Grimace milkshakes.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, that's perfect. And then you got birdies, like you could soar through it's like soaring at Disneyland, but just
it's Birdie. Yeah, exactly.
You got I don't know what you do for the Nugget buddies. Maybe they.
No, dude, the Nuggets that's the kids' land, and when you go there, the people that run kids' land call the children Nuggets. Like, hello, my little Nugget, and they're like, yo, it's a whole thing.
They could have Whack-A-Nugget. They like pop up. You gotta hit them.
Yeah, and then all the food there's just McDonald's, and that's easy.
Yeah,
but like you do high-end McDonald's though, dude.
Oh yeah, it's got to be like top quality McDonald's, like the best you're gonna get.
They have a restaurant there that's like, whatever that place, Napa Rose in Disney, but it's like, it's all McDonald's food, but like some French chef is making it.
Yep. Dude, I would eat there.
Yeah, I'd go there in a heartbeat. Le Big Mac.
Deconstructed Big Mac.
Yeah, yes. Can you imagine?
We've done a deconstructed Big Mac with a French fry puree and a, lettuce.
And a Diet Coke reduction. Sounds terrible.
Diet Coke aioli.
Yeah.
It would probably only last a year, but man, would it be fun.
It would be a hell of a year. Plus, money was no option, so
exactly.
They got what they wanted.
Yeah. And that's the illustrious sirs.
Excellent. All right, what's our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day.
Day.
The Florida Man Games are back.
Oh boy.
St. Augustine, Florida. Are you ready to unleash your inner Florida man? The wild competition. Well, the wild competition in the Sunshine State is back, and it's bigger and crazier than ever.
I bet.
The Florida Man Games are not for the faint of heart. This outrageous test of strength, agility, and sheer audacity will put you through a series of thrilling and bizarre challenges. Whether you're wrestling alligators, racing lawnmowers, or navigating obstacle courses filled with unexpected surprises, you'll need to bring your A game. Tryouts are at 10 a.m. November 17th. So head over to Hatchet Pro Wrestling at 50 Ellis Street in St. Augustine for a chance to prove you have what it takes. Think you do have what it takes? Don't miss out. Join the ranks of Florida's finest. Florida Man Games are packed with wild, wacky challenges that test the spirit of Florida Man. Here's some events listed on the website you can expect. Evading Arrest Obstacle Course. Competitors are chased by police after stealing copper pipes and catalytic converters. The goal is to navigate without capture.
Wait, do they have to steal the catalytic converters first and then escape? Or is it just the theme is you've stolen one, run?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I would love it if they were like, you got
to
to take it. You got to first take it, get it unscrewed, right? So it's like, a physical challenge of like getting it unscrewed. And then you have to run with it and get the hell out of there as the cops chase you.
Yeah. No, I agree. You need to have that aspect of it. Weaponized pool noodle mud duel. This
is incredible. This is incredible.
This is a muddy jousting competition where participants use pool noodles as weapons while trying to knock each other down. Oh, God.
I kind of want to see footage of this. Whenever this takes place, I want to see footage.
Oh, yeah, we need to see footage. In fact, I think there's footage of last year's. So they have a lot of pictures of last year's. The Eat the Butt Challenge.
I'm sorry, what is the Eat the Butt Challenge? By the way, the Florida Man Games website is literally thefloridamangames.com, and I need to know if they have merch. I kind of want to buy a Florida Man merch. Like, come on now. Merch they do. Please continue.
Man.
Sorry, I'm looking at the merch right now.
That's fine, I understand. Contestants race to finish a pork butt platter in the fastest time to score the highest in the initial bracket. Florida sumo cage match and beer pitcher chug. In a chain link cage, competitors try to knock down their opponents or spill the beer.
Why is it a chain link? You know what? It's Florida. Chain link cage makes perfect sense. What am I thinking?
It really does. Or spill their beer. The loser can still earn points by chugging the remaining beer. Hurricane party prep, grocery aisle brawl. Participants battle it out to grab the last of the hurricane prep and party supplies left on the shelves. Gator throw. Competitors throw gators through a drive-through window to knock down the attendant.
Amazing.
The mechanical gator. Before jumping in with the real gator, participants must dominate the mechanical gator. I take it it's like bull riding or something.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
And axe throwing. Show off your skills by hitting targets in the classic Florida Man axe throwing challenge. These challenges are designed to be as entertaining as they are outrageous, ensuring for a full day of laughs and moments.
This is genuinely incredible, and I feel like we should have or did cover this before. If we didn't, this is our Olympics.
It really is. This is, oh my God. Look at this guy.
Yeah, every photo, if you're curious what's happening in the photos we're looking at, every single one is dudes drunk. Like, just
oh yeah,
the most Florida-ass looking dude. They have for entertainment, they have a mullet contest. They have gator shows. They have a Ripley's Sideshow experience. All the reviews are the most fun I've ever had at an event. Dude, if I would have known. Wait, the Florida Man Games is March 1st. Dude, do you think we could go to the Florida Games? Would you go to Florida? We can do a whole Disneyland, Disney World thing too.
We'll see. So indeed.
That's a no. That's a Crendor no. Okay, yeah, all right.
Now we'll see. Maybe if I can go to Disney World.
That's what I'm saying. Disney World, and then we just go to the Florida Man Games would be bonkers, dude. Bonkers. Where does it take place? Florida Man Games takes place at St. Johns County Fairground. And St. Johns County Fairground is
It says in Elkton.
not near Orlando.
Oh boy, that is. Yeah, you know, I think I'm busy
More
on
north
March.
towards Jacksonville.
That makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, I think I'm busy around that time. That's crazy.
Yeah, oh, you got your hair to do or something. No,
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
By the way, the picture I sent you is of Larry Donnelly of St. Augustine double fisting 2 beers as Team Hanky Spanky, and is announced victor of the
sounds right.
competition during the awards ceremony.
The Hatchet Pro Wrestling, I looked them up because I want to see what the deal was, and they have coaching, so you can learn to coach. The 3 coaches they have featured on the site are some guy who looks like he could be one of our friends, some guy who definitely looks like he tried to do a rap career, and one guy who looks like he is a 1950s boxer. I'm going to send you this thing. Scroll down. Look at these guys. One dude looks like he's like, come on, put him up. I'll fight you, see?
Oh my god, he really does. This is man.
It's pretty great. Pretty great.
That is pretty great. That is the Florida Man Games. And
All right.
that's the news.
All right. That's it for us. Thanks so much for listening and watching. I'm enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We've got socials. First, you can listen to this podcast so many places. Why not go to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast? All one word. You can find all the episodes. That's where we get the weather requests and the Dear Illustrious Sirs requests. So write yours in the YouTube comments. Click the bell. Subscribe. Also, you go to Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, podcast places. Also,
podcast.
youtube.com/Cox and Crendor for all the animations. Also, you can find us on our stuff. Follow our Blue Skies, Jesse Cox and Crendor. It's just our names. You also go to youtube.com Jesse Cox, youtube.com Crendor, Twitch Jesse Cox, Twitch Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, TikTok Jesse Cox, TikTok Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox and Notorious Tox.
Yeah. We're falling apart over here.
Instagram Crendor was taken, and just look us up for other stuff. I don't know.
Cool beans. All right. That's it. We'll see y'all next time. And as always,
Shake the rhino.
to be continued.